Tulane, it's Tyjae Spears. And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. Second down. Still very early in the season, obviously, CD, but already key injuries that they've had to deal with.
And what's really difficult for a team is to try and maintain their focus when they feel like they've been a little bit snake bitten. It feels like every time they turn around, another injury crops up. How do they manage to hang together, get guys to play a little bit above their heads, and make sure that they're still afloat when their starters make it back?
On third down, here's Spears. And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36. They get 6 on the pickup there as the drive continues. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Herbert. Completes it to Hardman. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. That one good for 16, and the drive will continue. And early on, they're picking up right where they left off last week.
And I know a lot of coaches say each game is its own. You don't really have carryover. This feels like carryover. So much confidence from the previous game that they're using to their advantage now.
On first down, it's Herbert. Locates Hardman for another catch. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. On 1st and 10, Herbert. That one tipped, and it's incomplete. Good hands there defensively. That's second down. From the shotgun, here's Herbert. That's caught left side by Hardman. And this is going to be another first down as they'll make the tackle at the Broncos' 27-yard line. First down, Voyager. Here's Herbert. Going to be taken in here by Nakua. And he'll be out of bounds just inside the 25-yard line. He was locked in. 2 trips to the end zone, Charles, over 100 yards receiving.
How about the combination of route running, confidence going downfield, and the ability to go up and get the football? You're exactly right. It was hard for them to stop him.
And he fires one incomplete.
Speed is the name of the game when it comes to RPOs, and sometimes you can be a little too quick, thus inaccurate, incomplete.
Again, Herbert. He's got his running back out of the backfield, and he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
That's a big conversion there on third down, and this has been a great opening drive. You know, at this point, they'd hate to settle for 3, but they've created a fresh set of downs and a 1st and goal.
Here's Herbert. And it's caught. Touchdown. DJ Chark, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Voyagers will jump on top with the game's first score here this afternoon. A long opening drive, but a very successful opening drive. We call that methodical, I guess, when it takes that many plays.
Methodical and almost like a boxing match where you're hitting them with body blows. They can withstand them here. Look, they gave up the touchdown, but you don't feel like a knockout is there. But they keep doing that in the 4th quarter. That's when the knockout occurs.
It becomes tough for that defense if they're on the field that long. We'll see if they can continue that in future drives. Boswell good with the extra point, and it's now a 7-0 game. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. Taken at the goal line. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27. So here are the Broncos now for their opening drive. Leading them out, coming off a surprising Pro Bowl season, 4th-year pro out of Utah, Tyler Snoop Huntley.
A 3-year starter at the University of Utah. Again, his NFL opportunity is Lamar Jackson's backup in Baltimore, mainly because he possessed similar qualities. Excellent runner, big-time arm, just has to grow in accuracy and avoiding mistakes.
And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. But not many guys who can blow up plays like Chase Young. He did it again there. So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards. They run it again with Chubb. And he'll be stopped up at the 26 after a gain of only a couple. But you look at this defense. Currently #1 in the NFL against the run.
And that's a ranking that feels good, right? To be #1 and to be the top of your profession. But here's the problem. It's only week 1.
1 week, yeah.
Can they do it 15 more times? If so, then we really got something to talk about.
That's the challenge. Now throwing on 3rd down there, but he cannot connect. On 4th down, on is Logan Cook to punt. He punted 3 times in the loss last week as he sends this one away. Here's Austin. It's a 49-yard punt, but subtract 9 there for the return. Back onto the field comes this offense, ready for their 2nd drive. They'll be looking to duplicate that first drive, the one that got them that 7-0 lead.
Of course they would. Look, they're on the road. So getting the 7-0 lead was huge for them, right? Imagine getting up 2 touchdowns on the road, taking the crowd out of the game. It'd be ideal.
To about the 35, 2nd down.
I feel like I could see what he was thinking on that carry. Wanted to follow that big tackle through the hole. Ended up only getting 4 yards on the carry. I think he had designs on that one being bigger.
Here's a pass swung out left to his running back. It'll be a gain of just a yard, and it brings up 3rd and 5 now. Herbert now. The bullet throw, but incomplete.
And that is how you respond after taking one on the chin to begin this game. Give up a first drive touchdown, go back out on defense, and completely shut them down to force a 3 and out.
As Sanchez on to punt here as he sends this one away. Fair catch signaled for and taken at about the 15-yard line. So now the 2nd drive offensively coming up for the Denver Broncos. And the last drive, their first drive, 3 and out. What changes here, if anything?
I think it's making sure the guys that you trust the most with the ball, the biggest playmakers you have, that they touch it on this possession to try and get things moving.
So get it to the horses.
Without a doubt. They're the ones that typically end up in the end zone.
A check on the numbers for Chubb from a week ago. North of 100 yards, the 2 scores. And, you know, you got to give a lot of credit to the O-line. We talked a lot about him, but offensive line was good, too.
They're obviously in sync with each other, whether it's zone blocking, power running game, no matter what. He understands how to read them and find the creases that they provide.
And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. That one going for a gain of 11 and a Bronco first down. Here's Huntley. Throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete. This defense, Charles, really played well in that win a week ago.
Yeah, they held them completely out of the end zone, just held them to a field goal. So they're not just hoping for a repeat here. They're hoping to do it even better. A shutout is their goal.
Another throw on 2nd down, and this one incomplete as well. But you look at this defense. They were excellent a week ago in the victory over Arizona.
Anytime you can hold a team to less than 10 points, your expectation of winning that game is sky high. In fact, you'd absolutely be stunned to come away with a loss.
Oh, what a juke into space. And he gets us to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. How about 25 yards on 3rd down? They'll take it.
Well, I think when they look at their offense, they think to themselves, weapons everywhere, and they want to move the ball around. They want to spread it to different people, but you absolutely know they want to get this man involved as well, and that's what they just did on that play.
So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. Huntley looks to throw. Dumps this to his running back, Chubb. Call it a gain of a yard, and it's 2nd down.
All defenses worry that whenever anyone catches the ball and has a head of steam come out of the backfield, it can turn into a big play with missed tackles or he runs through people. But they were right there waiting, and they stopped him for a minimal gain.
Throwing again on 2nd down, but this time it's incomplete. Now play number 8 on this drive, and they need 9 yards to pick up the first on 3rd. Huntley off of play action. Pass taken in by his big tight end. Yeah, he'll be out just a yard or 2 shy of the yards there as they keep this drive rolling. It's another first down.
First and 10 at the 31-yard line.
To throw, Huntley. Throwing the out route incomplete. It's Hopkins. So the completion good for just 3. And it'll be second down.
Brings up second and 7 at the 27-yard line.
Huntley working from the gun. Over the middle, complete. It's Brown. So just 3 yards on the completion there. And now it's 3rd and 4.
Brings up 3rd and 4.
Huntley to throw. Oh, it's intercepted. A drive killer there. Picked off by Tyson Campbell. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Certainly not his best throw that time, and not a good time to make it, Charles, when they were a nickel with 5 defensive backs on the field.
And that's exactly why you have those 5 DBs out there. You want extra speed on the field, guys who have ball skills and understand what the passing game can do, and gives them a chance to react and make a play on the football, and they take one of those away.
After the turnover, here's Herbert. And Sharp calls it in. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this across the 25-yard line. This drive starting off on the right foot, 18 yards.
That was a fun one to watch right there. A nice in-breaking route and plenty of room in the middle of the field. And he was able to get behind the linebackers and grab the completion for a really good pickup.
On first down, they look downfield, and it's complete. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down.
First down, Voyagers.
After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. Ready for the second quarter, and it's our visitors with the football. Working with the lead, trying to get to 2-0. Here's 1st and 10. Now Herbert with it, looking to pass. Over the middle, hauled in by Sharp. They'll give him 4 yards there, and it'll be second down.
It's now 2nd and 6 at the 38-yard line.
Herbert back to the air. This pass going to be caught by Hardman. And he gets this down inside the 35 before going out of bounds. The offense on 3rd down tonight, they've been okay. 2 for 3 thus far. They're looking at 3rd in the nose of the football. And here's a give to Spears. Only a pickup of 2, but that's all they needed for the first.
They had yet to run the ball at all on this drive, but 3rd and short, definitely was a great time to dial one up.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Right back to Spears. And he maneuvers up the middle for 3. And it's second down.
Well, that call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive. And once again, they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short gain.
They'll fake the handoff. Now Herbert. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
He didn't just deny a big throw there. He broke that one up in the red zone. An excellent play. One that may help save points on the board when this drive is over.
And Herbert going to slide to a stop, and he has a first down. 17 yards on the pickup there. The drive will continue.
Well, here's your first example of how this guy can beat you in more ways than one because they took away his arm, but he was more than happy to dissect them with his legs for that first down pickup.
Now a 1st and 10 at the 11. Justin Herbert looking to pass. And he's got his man on the out route. Short completion, just 4 yards. And that'll bring up second down.
2nd and 6 at the Broncos' 6-yard line.
Back to throw here, Herbert. And it'll be intercepted. It's Brian Branch with it. And the Broncos Chargers are going to get the football here as the ball will come out to the 20.
Definitely not the ideal time to see that mistake, partner, because this is still a one-possession game, and that's at least a field goal that just vanished with that turnover. Now, pressure's on defensively to prevent that pick from turning into points for the other side.
The Bronco offense now set to come back out onto the field. Not an ideal way to end their previous drive. They threw the interception, Charles, after they had built up some momentum. They were moving the football, but something to at least build on for this offense as they run back out here.
Yeah, you're right about that. Up until that last play, everything was working pretty well for this offense, gaining chunks of yardage, getting first downs, really making a push for the end zone. They looked like they had a nice rhythm going. Now you got to have a short memory here. Don't focus on the interception. Focus on what came before it and get back to it.
Huntley's throw into the hands of Fan. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. Third catch of this first half for him, and this one is a first down.
First and 10 at the 38-yard line.
Out of the gun, Huntley. Can't get away, and he's taken down. That's George Karlaftis, who fought his way through the line to bury him.
But they've been fighting and scratching and clawing for that first sack in the game, and it turns out to be a big one. Not just a short one right there behind the line. First one they get, 10-plus yards, and a guy who has the legs to escape most of these.
Now then, after the sack, it'll be interesting to see what they have planned for 2nd and 23. Here's Huntley. Fires the quick slant. A.J. Brown's got it. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32. How to approach this. 3rd down and 16 yards to go. Now Huntley. And that is incomplete. The passing game not in sync here early. And now it's 4th down.
Not many boos just yet from this home crowd, but they may be starting soon as I'm starting to detect an uneasy murmur through this crowd. This offense, they've been lifeless in this first half. And now here's another punting situation and a 4th down.
It's a 47-yard punt, but they did give up 10 on the return. The Montreal offense ready to take over now. In a close game like this, Charles, those interceptions like they had on the last drive could be costly, but here they've got another opportunity to seize control of this game.
And they'd better take advantage of it, because otherwise, if they end up losing by 1 score, they'll relive this over and over and over until they have another opportunity to wipe it away.
Now it's Herbert. Going to be taken in here by Nakua. And the stiff arm proved fruitful for a second, but the daylight quickly snuffed down. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5. Here's Herbert. And he'll just toss it away. So he throws it away, and that brings up 4th down.
And a smart play there. He's probably saying, I wish I would have done that on the last drive instead of throwing the interception.
To punt on 4th down, here's Rigoberto Sanchez. His first punt, 48 yards. This one looks equally as good. A 41-yard punt there with no return. And the Broncos take over. 1st down and 10.
Their own 22-yard line.
Throwing on 1st and 10, Huntley. Throwing the out route, incomplete. It's Hopkins. And he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds. Ball on the 27. Here's 2nd and 5.
It's a gain of 5. Brings up 2nd.
They go up the middle with Chubb. After a gain of 5, they'll wind up being about a length of the football short here on 3rd down.
Brings up 3rd down.
They go play action with Huntley. Oh, and his early struggles continue. Here's another one intercepted. And the return stops at the 39-yard line.
Partner, I think this one went awry very simply because he overestimated his arm strength and his ability to fit it anywhere he wants to. A lot of quarterbacks do that and often pay the price.
Well, the Montreal offense ready to take over now. And they'll have good field position here following the interception and a chance to build on their lead as they start with a 1st and 10. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Herbert. Short pass taken in by Schoonmaker. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. The ball on the 32. It's 2nd and 2.
At the 32-yard line.
Herbert now. That one's taken in by Spears. They'll wind up losing 3 here on the play, and it brings up 3rd and 5 now. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. Here's Herbert. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he'll be taken down, but he does have 1st down yardage. It's a 7-yard gain and good enough to move the chains. On 1st down, Justin Herbert. And that is incomplete.
I'd give some credit to the defender on that when he read all of his keys perfectly and got a great break on the ball and able to force that incompletion.
Herbert throwing again. Firing quickly, but it's incomplete.
Feels like they're getting caught in between here because they did completions on 1st and 2nd down. Now you got to worry a little bit about the clock because you prefer not to give them another shot here in the 1st half. But if you don't pick up the 1st down, guess what? You're likely going to have to.
And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
And in a lot of ways, that catch is expected. Red zone presence, and that one was realized there. You've got to find your tight end in that situation.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
Well, no one wants to see that drop, but I'll guarantee it's not going to stop his quarterback from going back to him anytime he has open space.
Spears. Going to be hit and met at the line of scrimmage. They get him down at the 3. Officially, it will go as a 1-yard loss, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down.
And now 3rd and goal coming up, the loss on 2nd down. That just means this crowd's going to get even louder, and they'll get a little bit of extra help from the defenders as they exhort them to join them in the effort.
3rd down and goal. This Denver defense trying to hold up for one more play. Looking to throw. Herbert. And it's caught. Touchdown. Mecole Hardman from 3 yards out. And the Voyagers will extend their lead in the final minute of the half. So this offensive unit, yeah, they were solid in the opening week victory, and now they are looking just as sharp here in week 2.
And that's exactly what you want, too, because you want to get better each and every week and really ramp up as the season goes on. I know it's still early in the season and a lot can happen, but this offense, they look like they're going to be fun to watch each and every time out.
Extra point put through by Boswell, and it's now 14-0. That time a 9-play drive. Scott on the return out of the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. The Broncos going to go on offense now late in this 1st half. Well, not much time remains here in this 1st half. We'll see if they can get something out of this drive, at least a field goal. They could certainly use it down by 2 scores. And now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Hundley looks to throw. This is caught. It's Brown. Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the 1st half. Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
This is a half where not just the coverage, but the entire defense is setting the tone in this game.
To throw, Huntley. And incomplete on the deep ball.
This defense is going to have to finish the job. There's still a second half that they have to play. But so far, an absolute total effort. They've disrupted the passing game, stressed the pocket for the quarterback. They forced him into errant throws. Everything they're doing has been executed well.
Now a shot taken on third down, but it's going to wind up incomplete.
It's going to be another frustrating end to a drive here. This offense, they've not been able to get anything going in this first half. And now it's going to be time to gather on the sidelines and try and figure out what's going wrong. Who has an idea? Who has a plan? Time to implement it.
One more go for this offense in the first half. And with a 14-0 lead, they may just try to get this to the locker room. A little over 20 seconds remaining in the half as they'll line up here 1st and 10. Now Herbert with it, looking to pass. And he'll protect himself at the end here as he winds up getting pretty decent yardage. Nice work to get 7 out of that, and it's 2nd down. So we have come to halftime in what's already a 2-touchdown game. As now we send you out to Orlando and hook back up with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report.
Okay, Brandon, we'll get you back to you and Charles in a bit, but first it's time for a trip around the NFL following an eventful opening weekend. Let's see what's happening in Week 2. We'll start our tour out in the City of Angels, Los Angeles, and they are seconds away from halftime, all tied in that one.
Sorry, Coach, put a pin in that. We are going to move right on to the third quarter here. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon. And good coverage there on special teams as they'll get him down shy of the 20. Here comes the Broncos offensive unit here as they'll have it first to begin this third quarter. Charles, it'll be interesting to see what adjustments this offense made in the locker room. Haven't really been able to get anything going offensively, virtually nothing in the ground attack either. So certainly something has to change here in quarter 3.
And I'm pretty sure their friends from the defensive side of the ball told them exactly that, because those guys, the stop troops, they've been playing pretty well. They've kept them around in this game. Now they've got some time. The running game struggled in the first half. Opposition knows how to focus on defending the pass here. They've got to re-energize that ground game and maybe open things up for a comeback here in this half.
And he roams across the 20 to the 24-yard line. A sizable gain there, 9 yards as they get it back to a 3rd and 5.
Makes it 3rd and 5.
Huntley off of play action. Oh, he had him. He was open, but he couldn't get it to him. It's incomplete.
Well, this is just a continuation of what we saw in the first half. So much for the fresh start to begin the third quarter. Still off-target throws, no rhythm throwing the football, and obviously no touchdown scored in this game.
And here's a fair catch taken at about the 24-yard line. Now we take a glance at the offense as they work their way back out for their first possession of the second half. Herbert on first down now. He'll get 5 out of the scramble. It's 2nd down.
A gain of 5 brings up 2nd and 5 at the 30-yard line.
Back to throw. Herbert. Pass complete there to Nakua. And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped. That'll go as a pickup of 32 on the catch and run.
I would say just add that one to the total big plays he's already made here in the first month of the year. You've got to think the front office and the coaching staff have got to be excited about what they've seen so far and really excited about what they expect to see down the road.
On 1st and 10, it's Spears to the 36-yard line. Stop there. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
And they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
And this time not quite to the 30. It'll be down at the 31-yard line. It'll be a gain of 5, but still about 3 yards shy of the first down marker, and now it's 3rd down. Now Herbert off the bootleg. He's got his target. That's complete. And he'll be brought down, but a tip of the cap on the spin move as that gives him a first down. They get 6 on the pickup there as the drive will continue. On 1st and 10, Herbert. And it's caught. Touchdown. Mecole Hardman with his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Voyagers take a 3-touchdown lead. Always important to get the first score of the second half. Now you start to pull away a little bit and get some breathing room going.
And now we find out about the fortitude of the group that's behind, because they were counting on getting into the game a little bit more, right? Maybe they get the first score. That doesn't happen. It looks almost insurmountable, but it's not. Let's see how hard they play the rest of the game.
Boswell good with the extra point, and it's now 21-0. A drive that time of 6 plays. This taken in at the goal line. And he won't get this to the 20-yard line as he's down at the 19. Here's the Denver offense now as they get set to take over here. Well, the disparity in this game, it just seems to grow with each possession here, Charles. They are really struggling. They have not put up a single point, and on the other side, the points keep piling up and up and up.
So you know the frustration level has to be rising, right? So they've got to find a way to quell that, because otherwise they certainly won't get anything done in this one. Keep diving deeper into the offensive playbook. The bottom line is don't quit competing.
From all the way up at the 38 now after a good start to the drive. Huntley to throw. Pass incomplete, but the flag in the backfield, and this might be a roughing call.
Personal foul, roughing the passer, defense.
So now a fresh set of downs, 1st and 10 after roughing the passer. Following the penalty, Chubb. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down.
Good yardage there on 1st down. Exactly what you want. Get yourself set up to keep making 1st downs, keep the clock running. And if they're smart, you're starting to milk the clock. No hurry before you run your 2nd down play.
Flashed the stick skills, but didn't get a ton from it. Stopped short of the 35. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. They'll run for it. Here's Chubb. And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36.
Yeah, they really needed to get something going, didn't they? They had punted on the last 2 possessions. The running game starting to come to the front for them, providing a nice pickup there to keep this drive going.
On 1st down, they'll run with Chubb. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard.
It's a gain of 9. Brings up 2nd and a yard.
Motion man left is Lazard. He'll get it here on the jet sweep. And he's able to break out of 1 tackle, but then quickly brought down. He can muster only a yard there, and they'll be left with a 3rd and very short. And they'll let their fullback try and push the pile. And that one going nowhere from the start as he's met in the backfield and goes backwards. That'll make it 4th down after a loss of 1.
You've got to figure the further they fall behind, the more you think that they'll get away from the run. They're trying to stick with it, but the results, they just aren't there.
They'll try and run the option. And some determined running there as he'll pick his way down to the 12-yard line. A defensive breakdown allows a pickup of 16 on 4th down. So this drive going to continue following the conversion on 4th. Here's 1st and 10. Looking to throw here, Huntley. Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone. 2nd and 10 now. Third quarter action in Denver. Huntley now bootlegging it. And a quick throw here that's complete. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3.
Brings up 3rd and 3.
Huntley working from the gun. And this is caught for a Bronco touchdown. Alan Lazard from 4 yards out. And the Broncos are able to make some inroads here to that deficit.
Good start to the season for him. He had the touchdown last week in the opener and a second one in week 2 now.
How about the pace he's already established, right? Not sure he can keep it up for an entire season, but don't burst the bubble because he thinks that he can.
Do guys go into a season with a goal for touchdown scored or yardage? What do you think?
I think every single one of the guys who's going to touch the football, they all have those types of goals. They all have those types of thoughts. And then they just have to see how the season unfolds if they can stay with it.
Unfolding so far so good for him.
Austin elects to bring this out of the end zone. And tackled at the 21-yard line, so a net negative there of 4 yards. There's McCole Hardman as he brings this offense onto the field yet again.
And I know that they've double-teamed him a couple times, but not a ton. Whatever they're doing isn't working. He's up over 100 yards. We'll see how they adjust.
And when they do that, they weaken their defense in other places as well. How many times have we done games where we've seen a guy have a big game like this, but it's usually not by himself, is it? Right. Usually it opens it up for other people to have big games as well.
Ball on the 28-yard line. Here's 2nd and 3. Hand off to Spears.
And his rough afternoon continues. He's going nowhere again. Call it no gain that time as it's going to leave him with a 3rd and about 3 to go.
They'll fake the handoff. Now Herbert. And that nearly the pick that they needed. He couldn't pull it in, though, and it's 4th down.
So many times when we talk about coverage, we're just talking about a defender running with a receiver, but a big part of it is understanding where the football is, finding it. In this case, when it arrived, it wasn't a surprise, and he was able to bat it away.
It'll be a 44-yard punt, 6 on the return.
Denver's offense now set to go. A strong showing their last time out. They scored the touchdown, but Charles, they looked up, and they're still down double digits, so you feel like just to keep pace, this drive probably needs to end in the end zone as well.
Yeah, and I think the best move for them is to not worry about how far they are down on the scoreboard, but to just remember the last drive and how it ended. Go ahead and try and repeat that. Then you can look at the scoreboard and see where this game is.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. They toss it left side to Chubb. And he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11.
Brings up 3rd down and 11.
And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the 3rd quarter has come to a close. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. Welcome back now to Denver. Tough spot here, 3rd down and 11. Now Huntley. And he's going to be intercepted for the 3rd time thus far. Picked up by Marcus Williams. And a terrific return as he takes this thing all the way down near the 20-yard line. And here in the 4th quarter, defensively, you know that you're just going to blanket the field with defensive backs and say, okay, take your best shot. And that time, it's intercepted.
And we've often seen teams go into the prevent early, way too early, and sometimes they get too soft in their coverages, but not in this case. They understood the situation and played it with the proper aggression.
Now the Montreal offense ready to take over now. They have to like the position that they are in. 4th quarter, 2-score lead, and now the ball back after the INT. Throw left side, caught by the tight end, Njoku. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. It'll be a gain of 5, and that'll make it 2nd down.
It's a gain of 5. Brings up 2nd and 5.
Justin Herbert looking to pass. And he will slide to a stop. He does have the first down. 9 yards on the pickup there, and it keeps the drive alive.
I like how he hung in there and went through his progressions, but eventually his internal clock went off and told him it was time to make a run for it, and he ends up sliding down with a solid gain.
Now it's Herbert. And it's caught. Nice job defensively to hold him to 4, and now it's 2nd and goal.
Well, they were unable to convert that into much, but it's never a bad idea to try to get the ball into a tight end of his caliber's hands and see what kind of disruption he can cause.
Now a 2nd down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Let's give this defense some credit now. They let the guys get downfield, but when push came to shove, they stood their ground. Now they'll likely force a field goal attempt.
Now Herbert, 3rd and goal. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. But fortunately, he's able to recover his own fumble. That could have been trouble. Bad place to fumble down here in the red zone. At least they got it. They'll have another shot. Or no, they won't have another shot. It's going to be 4th down. Maybe they can at least salvage 3.
And they were thinking 6 points because at this position of the field, it's go time, right? You take your shots at the end zone. They weren't able to do that one. So you look over at the sideline. There's head coach saying, oh, heck, kick it. Field goal time.
Boswell's kick is good, and that will extend their lead even further. So that almost certainly the final piece to this puzzle, a 3-score lead. I don't think there's any coming back from there.
Well, you know, normally I'd get on you for giving up on the game right here, but I do think you're right in this case. This late in the game, 2 scores is tough enough. 3, I'm with you. That seems out of the question.
And the decision to bring it out, not a good one, as he's tackled at the 15. And we get another look now at this Broncos offense. Where we stand right now in the 4th quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
Huntley on 3rd down. That is caught. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. Now it looks like we've got a Bronco that's banged up on the play. We'll step aside and get a report when we come back to Denver. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Here's Huntley. Looking for A.J. Brown again, and he's got it again. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. A pair of first downs gives them a 1st and 10 up at the 44. Here's Huntley.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
On 2nd and 10, here's Huntley. And that one going to come up short. Low throw.
At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
3rd down. Here's Huntley now. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. Oh, and one of the linemen on the other side has got it. Offensively lucky they're able to keep the football, but now 4th down, so they'll have to boot it away.
I do think, though, they're going to look at this as a positive. 1, they recovered the fumble, so they retained possession. But 2, being able to punt it changes field position for them. Imagine if that turnover takes place there. Now your defense has to go onto the field and try and hold. Instead, they get a little breathing room.
They're going for it. Huntley. And he's brought down. Can't do anything with a football. It's a sack and a turnover on downs. The Broncos unable to convert here on 4th. And the ball will go over on downs on the short side of the field. Well, at this stage of the game in the second half, down 3 scores, I guess they felt like they needed to push.
And let's face it, with this deficit, if they give up another score here after they didn't get it, does it really matter?
Right.
It really doesn't. They had to go and try and make something happen if they had any chance of winning this game.
On first down, Justin Herbert. Across the formation, Hardman gets a completion. And he's brought down inside the 20 at the 18-yard line.
They still need about the length of the football here, maybe a little less as they come up on 2nd and inches. Out of the gun, Herbert.
Going to be taken in here by Nakua.
5th catch of the afternoon, and that gives him a first down.
When you have someone throwing it that well, that confidently, you don't have to call the game in fear at all, do you? You just go ahead and play.
Yep, confidence with a lead to throw it here in the 4th, and boom, he's on the money.
Yeah, you don't.
Touchdown! David Njoku, his first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Voyagers are on their way to a 2-0 start. I tell you what, Charles, I know that you don't put a ton of stock into power rankings and things of that nature, but another score here, team in the NFL, would you agree?
Well, they've certainly sold me as they've sold you, and I agree with you, no question about it. They won easily last week. They're on their way to another lopsided victory here. They're definitely a team to be reckoned with, and they are serving notice to the rest of the league.
And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback.
And Denver getting set to take the field.
Charles, we know that this offense is aggressive. We saw that last drive. They went for it on 4th down, didn't get it. Then they give up the touchdown, so now you feel like they really need to respond here.
They certainly do, but let's face it, sometimes when you take that risk, you understand if you fail, a little more onus goes back on your ball club to try and pick themselves back up.
68 yards rushing for him now as he's carried it 13 times. Throwing on 1st and 10, Huntley. He'll let this go deep for Lazard.
And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
And they're at the point of the ball game now where they've got to take some chances. They've got to put the ball in the air and just see what happens. But this defense knows that all too well.
And this is caught. It's Brown.
And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. He's now just 3 yards shy of 197 yards receiving on the contest and a first down. A 3-score game here late. You can probably rule out the comeback, but certainly some kind of a moral victory to be had if they can get a few more points to close things out. And to that end, a nice pass play there to push things downfield.
Yeah, and we know in this league, a loss is a loss, and no one wants anything to count as a moral victory or, boy, something that feels a little bit cheap. But if they trim that lead down to just 2 scores, that's still a benefit to this squad.
To throw, Huntley.
Then he drops it incomplete, and their struggles continue here.
That incompletion is not a surprise with the way that this one has gone, and the frustration, the body language is evident everywhere. This team, they've really been put through the ringer in this one.
And now the 3rd down throw incomplete as well.
Well, it just seems like all game long there hasn't been a lot of sync quarterback to wide receiver on this side of the football.
They haven't been on the same page, quarterback and receivers. Heck, they haven't been on the same grease board when you draw plays up. They haven't been on the same surface tablet that you look at on the sidelines. Nothing's worked for them. They've got to find a way to start matching each other's movements.
No reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on 4th down, trailing in the 4th quarter. They felt compelled to go for it, and they got it.
Well, I'd look down at my play sheet, and what I would find, plays have been successful throughout the game that have worked at the distance you need, and that's exactly what they got done.
So after the big play on 4th, here's 1st and 10. Out of the gun, Huntley.
So it looks like they still have some fight in them on this series because it seemed like things were headed for the red zone. But if this defense gets 2 more stops, they can keep them out of that area.
Huntley looks to throw again on 2nd and 10.
And he's going to go down. They sack him back right around the 30.
Chauncey Golston gets him for a loss of 8. What great push up front. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair.
So it's Bronco football as we get you reset here. They face a third down now as they try to find a late score. Going for the deep ball. And that is caught. Touchdown, Denver. Alan Lazard, his second touchdown of the game, his third on the year.
And the Broncos are able to cut into that deficit. He's got them out now to a 3-score lead here in the fourth quarter after that one, CD. And well, he looked right off the line like he knew that that ball was coming his way, and he secured it for 6 points.
Yeah, and I think when you're leading by a healthy margin already, it actually loosens you up and allows you to take maybe a few more chances and definitely play with more confidence, because he certainly saw something he could exploit in the defense, and he made sure to let his quarterback know, just get it to me. And the rest was all up to him, and he delivered and made it a 3-score game.
That's caught. And he will not make it to the goal line. The defense holds him here. And this is still a 3-score game as the lead remains 18. So still lots of work left to do, but here comes the onside kick. And I think the Broncos have it. They do. Denver offense at the line, ready to go.
Well, probably not much that they can do at this point, CD. Down 3 scores late in the fourth quarter. This is going to be a little too much to overcome, you would think.
Yeah, they'll go down swinging, but in the end, I think we saw the writing on the wall a while back, because one team was clearly better than the other in this one. And while it didn't quite reach blowout status, I think we knew who was going to win this one well before we got to this stage.
And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35.
On 1st and 10, Huntley.
Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
We've seen this quite a few times in this game. Offensive line unable to keep leverage, unable to keep people away, facing a lot of pressure. Fortunate just to get rid of it.
One of the reasons they're down is that inability, though, to stop the pressure. We saw another example of it there. Now you've got to hustle your guys to the line and get them set.
Huntley looks to throw.
And going deep for Hill. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked up by Marcus Williams. And a great return as they're finally able to take him down.
Well, field goals probably aren't going to cut it at this point. This was touchdown or bust, and unfortunately for them, it turned out to be bust.
Yeah, they're feeling like they've got to force the issue here. Maybe take some chances they wouldn't have earlier in the game. But give credit to this defense. They've really stood tall throughout, and they come up with the interception in the end zone.
Now the Montreal offense ready to take over now. CD, this is the ideal situation in the fourth quarter. You come out here late, not much time on the clock, with a comfortable lead, and put the final nail in the coffin.
Yeah, this offense, all game long, they've been powerful, they've been dangerous. You're exactly right. They can end this one on their own terms.
Casey Hayward makes the tackle.
It's a pickup of 3. Brings up 2nd and 7.
So this crowd will not go home happy. It's a victory for our visitors, and it's never easy to come into Denver to win. You think all you have to deal with the altitude, but they got the job done.
Well, there's a reason Olympic athletes train nearby. All right, they've got a terrific training center in Colorado Springs. You train at the altitude, the lungs expand, you go down to the regular. Oh, my goodness, they can go all day. And, in fact, a lot of visiting teams, when you visit Denver, you know it's